Hello and welcome guys to another car boot video. So this is the last week gone, last weekend, bank holiday Monday. Didn't bother on bank holiday itself, it's always a bit of a waste of time after a long weekend, but the weather was nice, so let's see what we find. Yeah, so WWE figures, first thing I see here, don't know a hell of a lot about them. They were from the early 2000s, I think, or maybe 2010s from what I remember, but I don't know enough, so I decided to leave them. Just a little arcade machine on the table there. I think it was Galaxians, I think. Decided to leave it, didn't even bother asking how much it was for. Yeah, we bundle here. Didn't ask how much it was for because it didn't have any controllers, so it's just not worth it really. You see them all the time. It's really money is in, you know, a bundle of 3 or 4 controllers. On something like that, it's just not really worth picking up.
What's your headphones, love?
Sorry?
How much are them?
50p.
50, I'll grab them. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Sorry about the footage here. The camera was pointing in the wrong direction. It was just a set of Turtle Beach headphones, blue ones, 50p. They were in decent enough condition, so it's always good credit picking up the headphones. I think they're about £7, £8 in CX.
Oh, that just stuck me in the leg.
Here's the light.
He makes a noise. I'm doing that. Can you take the paper out?
Yeah, I'll do.
Go round and sort it out, Dan.
Guess them ones are price. How much are your other ones, mate?
How much is Mario and Sonic?
Yeah, so this was a nice bundle here. There was Simpsons, Minecraft, GTA and Sonic and Mario. They had them individually priced. You can see Minecraft £4, but she ended up doing them for £8 as a bundle, so £2 each. Especially Minecraft, I think that's nearly £11 credit in CX. So good trade fodder. They had a couple of Wiimotes, but they were unofficial, so I just decided to leave them. Loads of other took there, but yeah, I was happy with that one.
It's £20.
How much, mate?
£20.
£20. Do 10?
No.
No.
Yeah, £20 for a PS1. It didn't have the AV leads. Decided to leave it. It's not a bad price, but it's a bit steep, really.
How much for your DS, mate?
What one? That one?
Yeah.
That one's 25.
Oh, right, okay.
Same as that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the first dreamer of the weekend. Think he's going to get £25 for an original DS and a blue DS as well. You can see he had some Xbox One games. I think he was just a bit of a reseller. you're not going to get £25 for an old DS there. They weren't great condition either, so obviously not going to pick them up.
Sorry, love, do you mind if I have a look at that at all? Is that all right?
Yeah, good.
All right, thank you. Cool.
This was good to see at the Bootsale. The Guitar Hero for PS4. There was actually 2 guitars there. There wasn't the game, but unfortunately they're missing the dongle. So I didn't even ask how much he was asking for it, because without the dongle they are next to worthless. I do think the 360 one doesn't take a dongle, but maybe someone can correct me. Certainly the Wii doesn't. But yeah, not worth picking up. Yeah, so a bit frustrating. This older guy on the right had just snapped up this PS2 bundle. Don't know what he paid for it. A little bit frustrating, but what can you do? This iCade was quite nice, but it was for an older iPad, so I was going to leave it. But yeah, I suppose nice to see a gentleman of that vintage getting in on the game. So good for him.
That's your Xbox, mate.
20 quid that is, mate.
Yeah.
That and the Xbox and
Okay.
a few games, mate.
That's right.
Can you chuck that bag over there? Right, that's that. Right, chuck them on here, Al.
Yeah, I'll grab that. Do 17 at all?
18.
Yeah, go on in, mate. Yeah.
I think in hindsight, I probably should have left this bundle. It's an original Xbox, HDMI, works fine, it's got 2 controllers, a bit of a bundle of games, and he had it up for 20 quid, which is a good deal. I actually thought there was more money in it on the CEX credit. Really, I think it's only about £25 credit for CEX, so with the games, plus the controller, you're probably only making about 15 quid's worth of credit on it, and then you add in the risk of it potentially not working. It's probably not a risk I should have taken, but you live and learn. I think with this Bootsale, I was getting maybe a little bit frustrated not picking enough up. It's a good Bootsale in terms of letting the sellers set up before the buyers arrive, which is great. I can't stand the vultures around boots, you know, the boots opening. But on the flip side, there are a few staff that work there, and I've noticed them actually reselling themselves. So it's a little bit disappointing that they allow that, but again, what can you do, really? So this was the guy from last week, I think, where I picked up Tekken 5 and various other bits for the Wii, Star Wars on the Wii. There's loads of resellers around there, loads of lizards. You can tell they're all buying the games there, and you know, just the usual faces that are there. So I just thought it's not even worth trying to look at stuff, because they're all looking for the decent stuff, and it's all going to be gone as soon as you see them there. It's just not worth it. So decided to move on. But that guy is actually really quite helpful. In he must be like a house clearance, so he's always there.
What's your case, mate? Yeah, got that.
Sorry about the camera pointing the wrong way, but you can see it there. That's a first-party Nintendo Switch carry case, and the guy only wanted 50p for it. I don't own a Switch, but it's always handy to pick up those sort of bits when you see them. You know, I think they make good fodder on eBay, really.
Which ones, mate?
Yeah, pound for the sets and 50p for the singles.
Yeah. We'll just say 5 or
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, 450.
Yeah.
just a few Blu-rays really, upgrades on DVDs for myself. So there was the Toy Story box set, there was Back to the Future box set, there was the new Aladdin, the Disney remake, and there was also Lord of the Rings, and there was also David Attenborough, Planet Earth. Just simply to trade in, nothing more those last two. £4.50, was happy with that.
Very close going, mate. Yeah.
They used it to go for like the temple for the weekend and used it.
Do them once to 6. 8, 7. 8. Go on in.
Apologies about the camera here, obviously it's pointing the wrong way again. I will need to maybe get a better harness for it rather than attached to the backpack strap. But lad here wanted £4 for a load of Xbox One games, picked up the best two, which were Minecraft and Red Dead Redemption 2. So that was around about £23 worth of CEX credit, so it was easy to pick them up. I'm surprised they were still there because that was actually my second time round, and the first row of stalls as well. So that was it for the day. This was the Saturday footage, so going on to the Sunday one at the different boot sale that we go to. So, apologies about the quietness there. We had a bit of loofah playing in the background, so we don't need none of that with YouTube copyright strikes. As you can see, a bit of a mess of discs, really. You can have copy PlayStation discs, loose discs, Xbox 360 discs, and then in that you've got all these sports titles. Nothing significant there, so I decided to leave them, not even really ask how much they were for.
What's your PS2, mate?
So, PS2 Slim there. Guy wanted 20 quid for it, which isn't a bad price, but it's a bit too early at the boot sale to be whacking down 20 quid on just a console. Wanted to leave it, see what else we could find. If it was still there when it come back, I'd grab it. Really frustrated with this one. Gutted because I only saw it when I was reviewing the footage, but My Pet Monster, the blue cuddly toy next to Scooby-Doo on the kids' car seat, those things go for some good paper on eBay. Unfortunately, I just missed it, so I didn't even see it. But, you know, lesson learned, unfortunately.
How much are your games, mate?
That's 20 quid for the lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I asked him how much for the PC games. He said 20 quid for the lot. I think he meant the PS2 as well. I just left it. Again, early doors at the boot sale. I'm not putting £20 on a load of PS2 and a couple of old PC games. The big box PC games are always nice to see, but nah, not for me.
How much on your wheel, love?
We, 25? Yeah. Which after?
Too sure.
T-shirts on the drive as well. How old or what size is he?
15 or so.
Are they 20? Unisex now. The boys wore them. They've got size 12 of them. And the wee kit as well. I've got for 15.
Yeah. Would you do them separately?
Someone else said that, but I think he's got to go as a set.
Well, there's already one in there, so it only needs one. Say £5 for them too?
No, someone offered me 12.
Yeah. That's all right. I'll leave it.
Alright, no worries.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah, a wee bundle, a messy wee bundle, but it did have the blue motion control and Wii Sports, which really made it worth purchasing. But she said 20, I think it was 25, and I said about offering them individually for the controller and Wii Sports. I said a £5, but she said someone had offered her 12, so I just left it. Yeah, so loads and loads of UMD movies there, well over 30 of them. One for Scott Brand, really. Didn't ask how much they were, but I know he's big into his UMDs, so good to see that sort of thing at the booter.
Let's go this way.
Spectrum games here as well. I don't know if
Oh, thanks, mate.
which ones, mate? I've got high def ones, or I've got that's an LCD one.
Yeah, so this guy wanted £2 for PS1 games. They were like the Phoenix and Midas games, the really bad quality games. I know there's a kind of niche collection for them, but it's not my sort of cup of tea. He did also point out that there were some Spectrum games, but I have no knowledge when it comes to Spectrum. You know, these guys like the aforementioned Scott Brand, Sega Zombie, Retro B8, Cine Steve, you know your Spectrum stuff probably better than I do, so yeah, I just would have left it. This guy here, he wanted £4 for Metal Gear Solid on the PSP.
Cheers.
Which is exactly the same price as CX, so naturally I stuck that down very quick. When you see a table like this at the boot sale, it's very much a reseller. There's barely any point kind of asking what the prices are, because he's going to be there or thereabouts as retail. That from my own experience, the fella might have been very cheap and I might have missed an absolute ticket, but nah, it's just a bit of a waste, to be honest.
Anything DS, boss?
That's £15 of a lot.
15?
Yeah.
Oh. It's this, right? Two 12?
No, mate.
No. 15 solid, is it?
15 solid. It's not mine, mate, so
Yeah.
I can't really say.
So £15 for a boxed Nintendo DS white, very, very nice condition with the charger, Tetris DS as well, and a few other sort of shovelware games. £15 is a really good price, and again, really good credit in CX. I think that's close to nearly £40 to £45 in CX for a box one. So really happy to pick that up.
Yes, you can, boy, mate. Yeah, grab that. What about DS as well, mate? Yeah, grab them. Make that cheap.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate. What's them ones, man?
PS3.
Yeah.
2 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the find of the day. Couple of nice Polish guys here. They had a stack of PS3 games, also the PS3 console, but the find was the Game Boy Color for £5, which, yeah, over the moon to find stuff like that. Pick that up all day, especially for £5. He also had an original DS for £5 as well. Again, no charger, but more than happy to pick that up, as I'll get a charger later down the line. He did point out the PS3 just there. I'd already seen it, but the analog sticks were all chewed up, so I decided to leave it. Regarding PS3 games, I picked up the best of the bunch, £2 each. There was Lego Jurassic World, Lego Star Wars. There was Everybody's Golf, which is one you see very often, but it's not one that holds its value. But £8, I was more than happy with that.
That's 10, mate.
So this was a good purchase. 2 Guitar Heroes, one box with its sleeve, another box but without its sleeve. £12.50. The guy originally said £25, but managed to get him down to half of what he originally wanted. So yeah, happy with that. I think I dropped my GoPro around here and then I reattached it. But yeah, more than happy with that. £12. You know, they go for really good credit in CEX at the moment. It seems like everyone's, the value's gone really high on Guitar Hero, especially for the Wii. Whether it's due to lockdown or what, I don't know. But yeah, I think that's nearly £35 worth of credit just for those 2 guitars. So really happy with that.
You went for 2 or?
No, one is to.
Yeah, so Rayman Legends and I believe it was Minecraft on both 360 for £2 each. Again, really good credit in CEX. Bit silly of the guy there because it said £2, then he put them down, and then he kind of looked elsewhere. And well, if you put it down on the table, it's it's no one's item really. That's kind of the unwritten rule at the Bootsale. But just looking back at that footage, there seemed to be like a Resident Evil, the umbrella sign. So I don't know if it was like some sort of merchandise, but it looked pretty cool, but I missed it there, so that was a bit frustrating.
How's your games, mate? How's your games? Yeah, I'll grab that, please, mate.
Yeah, just a standard copy of Grand Theft Auto 5. This was actually the 4th copy I picked up this weekend, which is crazy. The guy wanted 50p for it. I think the credit's about £4 in CEX. Golden rule is with the 360, just make sure you're always getting the 2 discs. But obviously, you know, that game is here, there and everywhere, but it still holds its value very well, surprisingly.
What's that one, mate?
Just pound was right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, another really good find here, guys. A PlayStation Move and camera, and the guy wanted £1 for it. I think they were pretty unloved before PSVR, but since PSVR, the value of them has actually shot up. Really great to find. This was the second one I found in 2 weeks, unbelievably. The other one was also £1. Again, they're nearly 60 quid in the shops, which is crazy, but you know, if you see one about, grab it. It's nearly £25 in credit in CEX. You know, it's silly to go for that price, really.
What's that one, mate?
125.
25?
120.
Oh, 120.
Dreamer number 3 wanted 125 for a PSVR. 110 in CX with a 2-year warranty. Pratt ain't gonna sell that. Anyway, that's it, guys. GoPro cut the power here, so I missed out on footage of me picking up Silent Hill 1 for £5 and also the additional controller for the Move, again for £1. Unfortunately, that's just what happens. Right, I'm gonna put a link to my Instagram as well in the description if you want to see what I've got fully, but please give it a follow. Take care.